Prince Raoden of Aerolon awoke early that morning, completely unaware that he had been damned for all eternity. Still drowsy, Raoden sat up, blinking in the soft morning light. Just outside his open balcony windows, he could see the enormous city of Elantris in the distance, its stark walls looming over the smaller city of Kei, where Raoden lived. Elantris's walls were incredibly high, but Raoden could see the tops of black towers rising behind them, their broken spires a clue to the fallen majesty hidden within. The abandoned city seemed darker than usual. Raoden stared at it for a moment, then glanced away. The huge Elantrian walls were impossible to ignore, but the people of Kei tried very hard to do just that. It was painful to remember the city's beauty, to wonder how 10 years ago the blessing of the Sheod had become a curse instead. Raoden shook his head, climbing out of bed. It was unusually warm for such an early hour. He didn't even feel a bit chilly as he threw on his robe, then pulled the servant's cord beside his bed, indicating that he wanted breakfast. That was another odd thing. He was hungry. Very hungry. Almost ravenous. He had never liked large breakfasts, but this morning he found himself waiting impatiently for his meal to arrive. Finally, he decided to send someone to see what was taking so long.
Ain.
There was no response. Raoden frowned at the Seon's absence. Where could Ain be? Raoden stood, and as he did, his eyes fell on Elantris again. Resting in the great city's shadow, Kei seemed like an insignificant village by comparison. Elantris was an enormous ebony block, not really a city anymore, just the corpse of one. Raoden shivered.
Finally.
Old Eleo stood outside the door with a tray of fruit and warm bread. The tray slipped from the stunned maid's fingers, even as Raoden reached out to accept it. Raoden froze.
Merciful Domai!
Her hand trembled as she clutched at the Karathi pendant at her neck. Raoden reached out, but the maid took a quivering step away, stumbling on a small melon in her haste to escape.
What?
Then he saw his hand. What had been hiding in the shadows of his darkened room was now illuminated by the hallway's flickering lantern. Raoden turned, throwing furniture out of his way as he stumbled to the tall mirror at the side of his chambers. The dawn's light had grown just strong enough for him to see the reflection that stared back at him. A stranger's reflection.
No!
His blue eyes were the same, though they were wide with terror. His hair, however, had changed from sandy brown to limp gray. The skin was the worst. The mirrored face was covered in sickly black patches, like dark bruises. The splotches could mean only one thing. The Sheod had come upon him.